Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So in today's video we are choosing my October TBR. We have a lot of books on my radar. I have taken some off that are specifically on my radar for like later months, but we do have a lot of options here. We have the book cart full and I do have a stack of books next to me as well. I have so many books I really want to get to. But first of all, let's talk about the October new releases that I'm really excited about. I think I only have two that I know I'm going to be picking up, which are Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. I'm pretty sure this comes out on the 7th of October, so this is a early in the month release. And then we also have Breathe With Me by Becca Match, which I'm pretty sure comes out on the 30th of October, which I will also be picking up as soon as I can. So they're kind of the only two October new releases that I know of that I am like wanting to pick up, but everything else is fair game. So I think I'm gonna choose 6 or 7 prompts. I have quite a lot of short books on my TBR, on my mental TBR and stuff at the moment, so if it's like I get quite a few shorter books, then I will pick some extra books. If it's like I get loads of long books, I'll just stick with 6. But this is my TBR jar. If you've watched my autumnal video, you would have seen that I got a cute little TBR jar and I filled it up with some prompts. I'm so excited to use some new prompts. There are some old prompts in here. I just redid them and we will see. So let's pick our first prompt. Okay, our first prompt is a mystery book. Okay, so I have 3 options, which they're all in the stack here next to me. So for this I'm going like mystery or thriller, because I don't really read mystery or thriller anyway. So my 3 options are Don't Let Him In by Lisa Jewell. I'm pretty sure this is a thriller, but I'm pretty sure this is her new release, and the book that I initially read was Invisible Girl. That was the book I read before the book that like properly got me back into reading. And then I've also read Then She Was Gone, and I've enjoyed both of them, so I do really want to try this. So this is Don't Let Him In by Lisa Jewell. And then I have 2 other books that I also really want to get to. So I have Eden by Emma Smith and I have Dead Fine by Emma Smith. This is an indie author who writes mystery books, so honestly, out of the 2 of these, this one does make me really want to read it. This is the one I'm most excited about out of these 3 options. So this is Eden. So in this book, we are following Tamsin, who has lived in and out of the care system her whole entire life. So when a permanent place is offered her in a home for disadvantaged teens, she can't believe her luck. Eden's house seems like a paradise, and it's in the Cornish coast. But when Tamsin doesn't mind the strict regimen or the phone, she's forced to give up on arrival, making friends with girls on her corridor. Falling for the golden boy Hugo feels like a fantasy. To Tamsin, it seems like everyone at Eden House has been put under a spell, hypnotised, even her. To the others, it's Eden, but to Tamsin, it feels like paradise. And why would you choose to wake up from a dream? So it's giving like she's been like hypnotised or something, and that sounds so good, like in a school. Ugh. It generally sounds so good, so I think I'm gonna pick this one up. I'm very, very excited about that. I'm gonna just put them here. My TBR basket, which obviously I use every month. Just as a reminder, that's from Dumbledore Club over on TikTok. She's on TikTok, Instagram, and you can visit the website, which is Dumbledore Club. I will link her down below because I always bring her up in my TBR videos especially, so that's the book basket. Anyway, let's pick our next prompt. Okay, we got another purple one. The colours mean nothing. Okay, so we have a book that is matching your outfit. Okay, well, I'm just in like this navy top with some like grey joggers. Nothing crazy. My rings are all gold and that, so we need like something navy, maybe with some grey on, maybe some gold letters. I mean, the Inadequate Air does work, but like I'm not in the mood for this, so maybe not. I mean, A Pocket of Lies is more like purpley, but like it's got loads of gold on, which obviously all my jewelry is gold. I mean, Wrath of the Dragon by Olivia Rose Darling is like a blue with gold, so that's probably the closest we have so far. But I don't really know whether I want to read this yet. It's quite thick. Could go for the Prison Healer by Lynette Noni. I think this matches quite well with like the navy and the blues, and I mean it's got the gold on. I mean I feel like maybe Wrath of the Dragon matches more, but I don't want to pick this up yet, and I'm more like inclined to pick this up. The Prison Healer, this is the first book in a trilogy. I don't know too much about this book, but it's by Lynette Noni. I've heard a lot of good things about it. It's on my mental autumn TBR. It basically says she has survived. She's a survivor after 10 years of working at a healer in the notorious death prison. She has only got one girl stay alive, but the rebel queen arrives at the prison on death's door, and she receives a message: "Don't let her die, we are coming." When the queen is sentenced to a series of impossible elemental challenges, Kiva volunteers to take her place. If she succeeds, both she and the queen will be granted their freedom, but no one has ever survived. With an incurable plague sweeping, a mysterious new inmate fighting for Kiva's heart, and a prison rebellion brewing, Kiva can't escape the terrible feeling that her trials have only just begun. This is a YA fantasy, and I'm so loving YA fantasy at the moment. I think I'm going to go for the Prison Healer, even though Wrath of the Dragon technically is more my outfit. But I think both of them pass, so I'm going to go for the Prison Healer by Lynette Noni. Okay, let's choose prompt number 3. Okay, prompt number 3 is a book from last month's TBR that you did not get to. So last month I didn't get to, I think, 4 books, which were Heir of Storms, A Pocket of Lies, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, the Ornithology Feel Guys Love. Okay, well I didn't get to that either. So honestly, the one I really want to pick up, because I was going to pick it up in September, I just did not get round to it, was A Pocket of Flies by R.S.M. Piper. The only reason I did not get to it is because I was trying to read all the September new releases. So I'm so excited to read this. This is a book, this is the first book in the Amber Fire trilogy. If you don't know, this is where a girl called Suri is a thief, and she is impersonating a foreign princess when a lord that has come to seek out the foreign princess gets her hands on her instead. Not too sure, but I know this is like enemies to lovers. I'm pretty sure it's slow burn, like proper slow burn. I'm so excited to pick this up. This is 100% got on the TBR. This is A Pocket of Lies by R.A. Piper. Okay, we have 3 books and they're all quite thin, so maybe at this point, maybe I'll do 7. But let's choose prompt number 4. Okay, prompt number 4 is a book cover that you don't really like. Well, I don't have very many book covers that I don't like, because I won't tend to buy them. I know you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but we all do. I feel like this book cover for Together We Burn is just a bit boring. I don't know whether it really encapsulates the book. I did try to start this at one point, but yeah, I don't really think the cover like encapsulates the book. So maybe this, like the Notorious Virtues, I just think there's a lot going on. Maybe this one. I mean, we've got like, I don't think it's got enough, and then we've got like, I think that was maybe too much. I mean, I also don't love the cover. This is the fairy edition, but I don't love like that. I prefer the Under the Dust Jacket. Like, I prefer that one, but I don't love the Fairy Dust Jacket. I also don't think I love the, yeah, like I also don't love the normal one. So we could go for this Monster of Mine, which I really want to read. So okay, we've got like 3 options. So we've got one that I think's way too busy, one that I think's not busy enough, and I don't think it encapsulates what the book is. And we have one that, although I think it is potentially pretty, I think it's just not really my vibe. But I think that Under the Dust Jacket's cute. So I think we've got like 3 options here. Out of all of these, I've been putting Together We Burn off the longest, but that's not the prompt. This one I do want to get to. It is on my autumn TBR. This one has been on my TBR for a long time, since I got it in the Fairy box. I'm pretty sure it was April's, and I do really want to get to this. I think I'm going to go for this Monster of Mine, and like I said, it's not like I don't like it, but it's not my vibe of like this kind of cover. And like the normal, like if I saw this in the bookstore or saw the normal hardcover, in the bookstore, I wouldn't have picked it up myself because I don't personally think the cover's for me. But I'm very actually intrigued about this book and I really want to read it. The next book on our TBR is going to be This Monster of Mine by Selene Abbasiscara. I'm so sorry, I know I probably butchered that name. Sorry. Let's choose our 5th prompt. Okay, we have another pink one. We have a book that has an animal on the cover. So this could be, personally, when I think animal, it has to be like a bird, a dog, a cat. Do you know what I mean? Like something like that, because it's not a mythical creature, and I do know I have that prompt in there. So I don't think any of these are going to be options. There's a raven on, but I don't know whether that really, I don't know. Oh, this one's on my radar and it does have a dog on. Okay, I think I've picked my book. This is Life's Too Short by Abby Jimenez. This is the 3rd and final book in the Friend Zone series by Abby Jimenez. I read book 1 back in back in August. I read book 2 in September and I really want to get to Life's Too Short. So, and this has a cute little doggy on right there. So, I'm going to go for this. I don't know too much about it. I do like to go into romance books, tend to like to go into them quite blind, like most books to be fair. So, the next book on my TBR is Life's Too Short by Abby Jimenez. Okay, we have a lot of like thin books on my TBR. I think we're going to choose 7 or 8 prompts just because you girls are going to be reading a lot. Okay, let's choose our next prompt. A BookTok rec. So a book that I've seen all over BookTok. Well, I would have just had the perfect one for this, but I've literally just finished it, which was Quicksilver. I've not really, I've seen Rose in Chains all over BookTok. I've seen Assistant to the Villain all over BookTok. That could be an option. I've seen Baby Dragon Cafe all over BookTok. The Very Secret Side of Irregular Witches was all over BookTok last year, and I know probably going into October it's going to have a resurgence of being all over BookTok. Honestly, I think I want to go for this. So this is the Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Madana. This is a witchy romance, I'm pretty sure. I don't know too much about it and I do want to go into it blind. All I know is there's a girl called Mika Moon who always follows the rules. She's invited to teach young witches. And that's kind of all I know. So that's all I want to kind of know going into it. So the 6th book on my TBR is going to be The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. Okay, I think I'm going to choose 2 more, just because we have a lot of short ones and I think I will be able to get to them all. Prompt number 7 is an indie book. Well, we've already got 2 indie books on here. We've got Book Up Lights and we have Eden's. I honestly didn't really have any others apart from like Dead Fine that was on my radar this month, so they're not on here, they are behind me. The other 2 indie books that I could get to are Our Summertime Secrets and My Kind of Trouble. My Kind of Trouble is definitely more summery though, and it is called Our Summertime Secrets. These are both quite summery. Maybe, what if I put the next book in the Book of Lies trilogy on here? Let me grab that. I think the book I'm going to go for, well, this is actually a novella. This is An Heir of Water, which is a novella in the Amplifier trilogy, which as long as you read it after the 1st book, I think you can read it at any point, but I'm planning to read it second. It's like just over 140 pages, so I think definitely after I finish A Book of Lies, I'm going to want to read this. So let's put this on my TBR as my indie book. Let's choose our 8th and final prompt. Okay. And our 8th and final prompt is Scout Picks. So this is the little birdie that is on Fable. Also, my phone's going to die, so we need to do this quick. It's on 1%. It's the little birdie in Fable. I have my Want to Read shelf. Let's get Scout to pick my read. If it chooses a book in a series, I'm just going to get him to repick. That's a series that I'm not going to be continuing, so let's do Scout's next pick. I need to take that off. The Glittering Edge. Oh my god, I want to read this. This is a witchy YA. I think it's a witchy YA love triangle, rivals, mystery, YA fantasy. I'm very, very excited to pick this up, and this is also, I do have the Fairy Loot edition of this, so going on the TBR. Okay, there are our 8 books that are on our TBR for the month of October. Let's go through them. Okay, so the 8 books on my October TBR are Eden by Emma Smith, and Healer by Lynette Noni, A Pocket of Flies by R.A. Sandpiper, An Air of Water by R.A. Sandpiper, Very Secret Sight of Regular Witches by Senku Madana, Life's Too Short by Ivy Jimenez, This Monster of Mine by Selene Abasaka, Glittering Edge by Alyssa Villar. They do actually all fit in my TBR basket, but these are the 8 books that are on my October TBR. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!